Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back to a Tuesday live. I'm glad to be here with you guys. We are already in the phase less than a week until made by Google, which is the reason why that I am going to be showing you guys what kind of deals Google Fi currently has right now. Because maybe you're not waiting for the Pixel 10, right? Maybe you want to take advantage of some of these deals that Google Fi is offering right now when when you subscribe to their services, devices that you could get. There's some pretty cool ones here. So I'll give it like another minute or so for more people to join in. As you're joining in, please feel free to say hi. Looks like B-Tech was in here during the wait time. He'll be at work, so he's not going to be able to join us today and watch, but he just popped in just to leave a comment since I had this pretty much waiting for a couple of hours scheduled. So leaving a bunch of chats now. Yeah, number one. It's funny. Legendary Tech, what's up, man? Welcome in. I'm glad to have you here. Hope everything's, I will have a great day, B-Tech. Hopefully you got a good day at work. I know work is work, man. So Legendary Tech in the building. What's up, man? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Anyways, yeah. So we are basically going to be talking about that. I'm going to tell you guys an interesting story about this phone right here, the Galaxy A53. I know it's an older phone. I've used it from time to time. I've made reviews on it from time to time, but something happened to this phone that just shocked me and blew my damn mind. So I'm going to share that story with everybody. But anyways, so Google Fi is literally having some sales going on right now. I guess this is like considered a back to school sale or something to that nature that I want to share with everybody. And so, yeah, it's pretty cool now because now I have my laptop here, which is what you're going to see me kind of like, is what I'm using for this. It's touchscreen and everything. So it should start to like roll when I touch the screen. There it goes. Yeah. Works out great. Shout out to my wife. She surprised me with a laptop mount for my my work desk. So like I have my two monitors right here, keyboard here, microphone here. Got my external drive right there, the 1 terabyte external drive connected to my PC, and then my Pixelbook is right here off to my left on the stand, nicely propped up. I can access the keyboard, one hand type, touch the screen since it is touchscreen if I need to. So that's what I'm going to be using for that, what you guys are seeing right there. Anyways, and I'll probably just turn off the camera. You guys don't really need to see me for this. So we'll make things a little bit easier. But anyways, so these are devices that Google Fi is currently offering right now. You guys can see some sales happening if you guys look underneath here. And we got it in this green bubble that tells you, right? So first off, the Galaxy Z Fold 7 is $300 off right now, $600 back over 24 months credit. So it drops from $1,999. What up, B-Tech? Listening while you're driving to work. Gotcha. But you can get it now for $1,699 and then 600 credit back over time. So that's pretty crazy how that's working out. Anyway, so it's 900 back in total savings. So literally you're only going to be spending technically about $1,000 because all you got to do is just remain with Google Fi for 2 years. And over that 2 years time, you get credit off that 600 back with 300 off instantly. So, and then the Z Flip 7, you get 800 back in total. So it looks like $300 off instantly off the Z Flip, and then $500 back in credit over 24 months. So that's pretty cool. Anyhow, with the Pixel 9, technically you can get quote unquote the Pixel 9 for free. Here's how. So with the Pixel 9, you'll get $300 instantly off the device, which makes it $499, and then you get $499 back over 24 credits. So over 2 years, you will get a credit on your bill, essentially paying you back the $499, making the Pixel 9 free. Pixel 9A, because you're getting $499 back in total over 24 months credit when you buy the Pixel 9A. And then the 9 Pro, $300 back instantly, $500 back over 24 months credit. So that's $800 in total on credit. And the 9 Pro XL is $800 back on like credit. $300 instantly, $500 over 24 months. Same with the Pixel 9 Pro Fold, $300 instantly off, $500 over 24 months credit. That's a total of $800 in credit for the Pixel 9 Pro Fold just for signing up. But here's where there is a really good deal going on Google Fi. This one I really like, and this is the Moto G Stylus 2025. Okay, this one right now they're knocking off $200 off the price. So the phone is $99 when you go through Google Fi. You can get it for $100 plus 5 service. And if you guys didn't notice underneath with the Pixel devices, if you get any of these Pixel devices, you also get a year of Gemini Pro along with 2 terabytes of cloud storage. So you get the Pro version of Google Home, which is a nice touch. I mean, it's pretty cool. I just got 2 Pixel 9As last week. The $49 back over credit is a good deal over 2 years. We got the Peony and the Iris one. So far, so good. I love phones. Yeah, that's the same ones I got. I got Iris for me. I got Peony for my wife. So she has that one. And I almost pulled the trigger on the Moto G Stylus yesterday because since I do have open credit financing with Google Fi, if I was to order the Moto G Stylus 2025, I would just have to pay the taxes, which was $9.72. And I would have got the phone and then just, basically made $4.17 monthly payments for the Moto G Stylus. But she was like, just wait for the Pixel 10, see what it is. She's like, because I don't want you to get the Moto G Stylus and you unbox it and you review it for your channel. And then, the Pixel 10, you're like super really hyped for it. And then, you want to wait a little longer. So I didn't pull the trigger on it, but eventually I probably will pull the trigger on the Moto G Stylus 2025 and get that phone in hand. I like the way that it looks. It does. I mean, yes, it's just like the 2024 model, except that it's got an additional sensor and then the flash. So the camera module space on the top left corner of the Stylus phone is a little bit bigger than the 2024 model, or a little bit wider. Anyways, so this is also a pretty dang good deal right now. You get $900 back in total, $300 instant savings on the Galaxy S25 Edge, and then $600 back over 24 monthly credits. So you're really only going to be paying, from what I'm seeing here, you're only going to be paying $99 for it, technically. When the deal's all said and done and 24 months have passed, you would have only spent $99 on the phone. Because you're getting $600 back over monthly credits, you're getting $300 off immediately on the Galaxy S25 Edge. That's making the phone in itself $799 instead of its regular price of $1,099. So that's not a bad deal at all whatsoever. And then, the S25 Ultra, and, the same thing, $900 back in total, $300 upfront savings, $600 back over credit. And same with the S25 Plus is $800 back in total, $300 up front, $500 over 24 months. And the same is for the regular S25, which is $700 back in total, $300 up front, $400 over 24 months. And the same with the Galaxy A63, you get $300 off, immediate savings, making the phone in itself $99. That's not a very bad deal at all whatsoever. Continuing on with the sales, the A16 is $150 off. The Moto G 2025 is $120 off, making it only $50 for the phone. And the Google Pixel 8a saved $250 off of it, so it's only $249 for a Pixel 8a if you've been waiting to just get that phone. It is currently on sale right now. And then $350 off the Google Pixel 8 Pro. So you can get the 8 Pro for $649. So these are the sales savings on Google Fi Wireless currently at this time right now, with, of course, the top Pixel devices like the Pixel 9, the 9 Pro, the 9 Pro XL, and the 9 Pro Fold also giving you 1 year of, Gemini Pro with the 2 terabyte storage option. You get that for a year free. So that's a nice touch, and I'm hoping that they give that same offering when the Pixel 10 comes out. Hey Gene, welcome in, glad to have you here. Yeah, so savings and savings galore for Google Fi. And why are they doing this? Well, obviously they've got to kick out some devices because the Pixel 10, the 10 Pro, 10 Pro Fold, and the 10 Pro XL, like these devices are coming here in less than a week, right? We have the Made by Google announcement coming on August 20th, followed by the release of the device fully on August 28th is expected, where you can find it in stores at Best Buy and such to buy it. Pre-order is going to go on August 20th, which I'm really excited for that. So obviously, they got to move some inventory, make some space, right? Eventually, the Pixel 8a will fall off, as well as the Pixel 8 Pro. So if you've been waiting to get a Pixel 8 Pro, now's probably the time to do that because, once the Pixel 10 hits the category for devices that Google Fi is offering, the Pixel 8 Pro is going to fall. It's done. It's just going to be off there, no longer available. You'll only find it in the used market and the refurbished market. So I don't know about $649 though, but I mean it is the Pixel 8 Pro, and it originally launched at what, $999 for the Pro model. So it's like $300 off, like 200. Yeah, about 200 off, 250 off. That's very interesting to see all these sales happening. I think one of the really good deals, which is weird because just from this standpoint, what was it? It was saying that the Galaxy S25 Edge, and this is like if you're looking at it, about to sign up. I don't know. It might have been a different deal, for me because I'm a current customer. Because the Galaxy S25 Edge, unless it was a glitch last night, when I was looking at it, it showed me that I would be actually paying $549 for it. So I don't know if those deals could be absolutely different. From like a current customer to a new customer. Not entirely sure. I'll look back later on, and then I'll post here in the community on YouTube if it was like a glitch error or something from Google Fi. But I almost pulled the trigger on that too. I was like, a Galaxy S25 Edge for $549 is actually a hell of a good deal. It's pretty much like half off. So I almost pulled the trigger. Thank God I didn't. No, not on the 20th. It won't be available in the Google Store. So pre-orders will be available August 20th because that's the launch date event. That's the Made by Google event. So you'll be able to pre-order it. Devices won't go out from the pre-orders until August 28th. And I think maybe like August 27th or the 28th is when you'll find them in stores. Maybe the Google campus in California might have them on August 20th after the event is over. But yeah, so I mean, I don't know. We'll see. The one thing I know is that we don't have a Team Pixel to rely on anymore. We don't have a lot of YouTubers unboxing this phone on the 20th or whatnot. We have the mainstream YouTubers like Marquez and iJustine and all them. Like, of course, they're going to get it. Google's going to send it to them for them to review it. But the way that they used to do it before, where they would only have, like, just like several of us, like small time YouTubers, basically, literally like unboxing the phone and whatnot. I miss those days of that. Like, not because I wanted to be a part of it, but it's because I enjoyed watching like Sneed Mobile Tech get a new Pixel and unbox it. I enjoyed, CV Tech getting his. I enjoyed B Tech Reviews getting his phone. Like, these guys were a part of Team Pixel, right? Ascentech, aka Latrell, he was part of Team Pixel. He got a phone every year around that time. And now we don't have that anymore. All we have are like, the main streamers, and some people enjoy watching their content, but don't really hang on the value of what they're saying. Like, some people just, they feel there's a certain stigma surrounding them, right? So I don't know. Maybe that's why, Team Pixel ended. Maybe that's absolutely why. So nonetheless, yeah, not too long of a stream today, but if you want to sign up with Google Fi, you want to take advantage of those phone plans. Let's just put it like this. In the description, I have a referral code for you guys. Use it, gets you $60 credit for signing up with Google Fi. So that's actually a pretty damn good deal. So all those phones that I mentioned that were on sale, which you can go to fi.google.com to check it out for yourself. If you decide to sign up, use my promo code, you get a $60 credit, on your first month's bill. So that's a $60 credit. So if you sign up, with your limited premium plan, that lops off $60, and you take advantage of those device purchase promos that they're offering right now. Right, that's some savings. That's some huge savings for a lot of you guys out there. So take advantage. Like, seriously, take advantage. Going back to school for college. Maybe you decided to get a new job over the summer and you're starting off here soon. What better way to celebrate that than, having a fresh new device for you to just enjoy on your breaks or enjoy in between classes as you're walking. Most kids here in Arizona can't. We just passed a law where cell phone usage is banned in schools. So elementary schools, middle schools, high schools, students are not allowed to use their smartphones at all. The schools it's at the school discretion on how they plan to initiate this rule. So like, for instance, like my daughter's high school, they're not allowed to use smartphones at all during school hours, except for, traveling between classes and at lunchtime. In the classroom, they cannot have their phones out at all. Oh, audio's buffering. Ooh, hang on. Let me just turn off. Let me turn this off and see if it fixes itself better. It might fix itself better. Can I get a sound check and let me know, everyone, if it's doing a little bit better or not? Please let me know. Sound check real fast. Oh, is it good now? Okay, cool. I appreciate it. It's probably the camera. Probably visuals. We're like in an extreme heat warning. And so every time it's like over 110 degrees here in Phoenix, the T-Mobile tower nearby just does really bad. I've noticed that. So live stream should be better over the winter time. Neon Dang, what's up, man? Welcome back. Welcome. Glad to have you here. But what I was saying was that here in Arizona they passed a law where students are not allowed to use their smartphones in school at all whatsoever, and but they leave it to the school's discretion on how they want to modify that rule. So like I was saying, my daughter's high school, they're not allowed to use smartphones during class, but they can use their phones passing between classes or at lunch is when they can use it. Now, at my youngest daughter and my son's school, because the elementary and middle school are together nearby here, it's not allowed at all. Not at lunch, not in between classes. If you have to, basically commute to a different classroom, like my daughter does, my son doesn't. He's in 5th grade. He has the same class all day long. But my youngest daughter, she shifts between her math, history, science, ELA, and her electives, but even when she's passing between classes, she is not allowed to be on her phone at all whatsoever. So it's, but still, you can get a pretty nice phone, get a good deal on it. And like I said, use my promo code. That gets you guys $60 off. Well, since I can't really have that great of visuals for you guys, the crazy thing that I wanted to tell you guys about the Galaxy A53 was funny. I'd given that phone to my youngest son, and he was using it because the Galaxy A53 is one of my favorite phones, and so I ended up wiping it and then giving it to him for him to use. The other day, he dropped it in water, and he was crying when I got home from work. He was crying, and it's not because the phone wouldn't turn on, because it would not turn on at all whatsoever. And I'm like, oh man, the phone is done for. It's done for. And he was crying. Then he comes to the room. He's kind of sobbing. He's just like, he's sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. A phone is a phone. Totally. A phone is a phone. What's more important to me is him. Like, I want to make sure he's okay always. I can always replace a phone, but I cannot replace the son. And I was wiping his tears and gave him a hug so he would calm down, because he felt really bad. He goes, yeah, but that was one of your favorite phones, and I ruined it. And I told him, like, you didn't ruin anything. Accidents happen. So I was telling him, like, again, the most important thing to me is him, not a phone. I can replace the phone. I cannot replace my son. So anyways, so I took my Pixel 7a, wiped it, put a SIM card in it, got it set up for him. So now he's on a Google Pixel. And all right, man, have a good day at work, B-Tech. So he's he has that phone now. And so like the Galaxy A53 was just sitting on my desk. I had taken the SIM tray out. I had let it sit for like 2 days to dry. Yesterday I plugged it in, and then I noticed the Samsung boot screen popped up, and it was preparing to charge. And I'm like, oh, okay, this sounds promising. So, I went ahead and left it on the charger, let it charge up to 100%. I pressed down on the power button. Boom, phone just boots on. I was like, holy crap, the phone is alive. I was like, Dr. Frankenberg, it's alive. I was like, oh my God, this thing's alive. And I'm like, what is it with it? So then I told my wife, I'm like, hey, my son, Rain, I'm like, Rain's going to be happy. The phone didn't break. It's working. She goes, yeah, that Galaxy A53, you took so much care of it. It's got a plan. So I was like, well, what is it? Don't die? It's working. It is on. I mean, I'll turn the camera on so you guys can see, but it is on. And I was like, oh man, I was blown away by it. It turns on. What is this? Most phones that get water inside of it, because that's what happened, was water got in. When I pulled the SIM tray out to let it sit for 48 hours drying, when I shook it, you can see splatters of water coming out. Water got in this thing. When I had checked it before it booted on the first time, I plugged it in, and it had a little charging icon that was indicating that the voltage was wrong, or the voltage was bad. And so I just let it sit and dry, and then I plugged it in. So yeah, we really lucked out with this phone. We really got lucky with this phone, because last night I was able to set it up. Yes, it does take kind of a long time for it to boot on, but it does take a long time to boot on. I got it set back up with my Google account. I tested it out to put a SIM inside of it, all that stuff. This was probably the only thing I noticed that is a little bit different, is that it just sometimes it stays stuck on the Galaxy screen. Almost there it goes. Now it's loading up One UI. Almost like it's almost falling into a boot loop. Yeah. Which usually doesn't happen. Usually with phones, when they get water inside them that actually gets inside, usually they're just done. I didn't put this outside like my friend was telling me, hey, you live in Arizona, it's 117 degrees outside. Just stick it outside and let the outside air dry it. And I'm like, no, because I just don't know what the outside heat would do to it. I feel like the phone is vulnerable, it's sensitive and everything. And so yeah. I just put a SIM card into it earlier, tested it out. Everything's working. Wi-Fi's working. Data connection through mobile SIM is working. Everything's working. So I'm just like, hey, even moving apps to SD works. And I'm like, hey, that's great. It works, No, I don't need to take it to U-Break iFix to get repaired. There's nothing damaged. I mean, it'll show water damage. It'll show that water got in. That's about it. But I'm not going to pay $200-$300 for them to replace parts. It's a Galaxy A53. It's old at this point. If it goes kaput, if in a week or so, it just completely gives out and dies, oh well. There's so many people here in my city on OfferUp that sell them. There's a guy I know that's got 3 of them, and he's selling them for $50 a piece. If I really, really wanted to get another Galaxy A53, I could just buy one for $50 off of him. But at this point right now, if I wanted a newer Samsung Galaxy device, I would probably go with the S23 Fan Edition. Is what I would probably go up to. Something that is around my budget, that is still supported today and whatnot. Also, I am having fun using the OnePlus 9 as well. I've been using the OnePlus 9 for the last couple of days, and I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, because there's good custom ROMs for it that put it on Android 15, and there's even a developer who ported Oxygen OS 15 to the OnePlus 9. Certain things aren't functional like the fast charging is not functional, but you know, that's like a sacrifice that, you know, you could make if you want Android 15 or not. Android 14 is still pretty capable, which is why I'm caught between a rock and a hard place, because I could install a custom ROM and bring it up to Android 15 or even Android 16, because there's development being built on that. Or I can keep it on Android 14 and enjoy Oxygen OS the way that it is, with everything functional, because it is the actual last software update that the OnePlus 9 got. And so I'm even having fun using the OnePlus 9 and the Nothing Phone 1. Here in a little while, I'm about to set up the Pixel 5a. I like using that phone. It's on a custom ROM and on Android 15, and then use that alongside my Pixel 9a. You know, it just depends. But yeah, I was totally blown away that the Galaxy A53 survived that. So no, I'm not telling anybody, like, if you have a Galaxy A53 and it gets wet, water gets inside, like, don't worry about it, you're just fine. I'm not telling you guys that, because your phone could actually get, you know, damaged to where it doesn't turn back on. I was just surprised that mine's turned back on. And it was submerged, like, completely. So if you want to know how it got wet, my son was doing his chore. He was mopping the living room floor, and you know, he didn't put his phone in his pocket. He had it in his hand. He was watching something while mopping at the same time, which is why I tell him, like, focus on what you're doing, because it slipped out of his hand when he was dunking the mop head into the bucket before wringing it out. You know, the phone slipped out of his hand and fell into the mop water. Yeah, so absolutely crazy as hell. But anyways, like I said, not too long of a live stream today. I'll probably do a major live stream on Friday, but I just wanted to share some of the deals that Google Fi had going on for it right now. So if you guys came in after I shared that, catch the replay so you guys can see what phones are on sale, what instant rebate credit you're getting up front, plus 24-month credit offerings, or how much off a certain phone. Like I said, the two biggest deals with Google Fi I would definitely take advantage of is the Moto G Stylus 2025, because that one you can get it for $100, or the Galaxy S25 Edge, being $300 off. You can get it, you know, for $799, which is a hell of a good deal. But yeah, you know, for those who catch the replay, you guys tell me in the comments which phone do you think had the best deal savings offered by Google Fi. And if you decide if any of these phones is enticing that you want to just jump on Google Fi to get those phones, you want to start up service, use my promo code in the description. That will get you $60 credit on your first bill. So definitely take advantage of that. But until then, you guys are awesome and amazing. I will see you guys in the next one. Have a great day.